I'm going to be doing a compression check on my 2007 Chevy Cobalt Sport, and I'm in the process of stripping it down completely to eventually buy another car and do a body swap. So get a car with a clean title, and then all the parts that make this a Chevy Cobalt Sport is going to go on that new car. This car, the frame rails are too badly bent to really repair cost effectively. So I'm going to do a quick compression check, make sure the engine's good before I pull it. And I'm already in the process of stripping out the interior, remove the dash and the seats in the interior. So I'm going to throw the gauge cluster back on there so I can see the mileage real quick, and then continue doing the compression check. So now I'm going to start the car, see how it runs, check the mileage, and rehook up the instrument cluster. Still starts up perfectly fine, even with half the stuff disconnected. Alright, there we go. Just scroll through, and it has 191,935 miles on it. Engine sounds good. So when I do a compression check, I'm going to disconnect the fuel pump relay so it won't start the engine, and we'll start doing the compression check. Alright, so we're going to do the compression check, and the first thing we're going to do is disconnect the fuel pump relay, which is this one right here. And next thing we're going to do is remove all the coil packs and spark plugs, look at the condition of the spark plugs, and do the compression check. So to disconnect the coil pack, you pull back this gray tab, and then you push down on it, and it just pulls right out. Pull out the gray tab, push down the little black piece, and it pulls right out. And there we go. Looks like one of the coil packs is already missing the nut that holds it down. And they just take a 10mm. Yeah, whenever I pull an engine from a car and it's running when I get it, I always do a compression check. So if I sell the engine, the new owner knows the condition of it, or at least everything that I know about it. If I decide to put it in another car, then I'll know the condition of it. Because of the mileage, I might rebuild it. I'm not sure. But if the compression check turns out good, then I'll probably boroscope the cylinders, see if they look good. My other car has 306,000 miles on it, and that car still runs great. So mileage does not always indicate needing a rebuild. Then the spark plug socket is a 5/8. You can also tell a lot about the condition of the engine by how the spark plugs look. I kind of wish this car was rebuildable because it's really a nice car, but a little oil. We'll see how the rest of them look. Ooh, those are definitely worn out. When you buy these cars from the auction, you never really know what you're getting. Fortunately, I buy them cheap enough to where I pretty much take into account any problems, and usually I can pull enough parts off to at least make it worth my while. And a lot of times I even am able to sell it without losing any money. Then I get all the parts I need for free. That one looks a little bit better. They put in auto lights. I prefer the AC Delcos. Now, since I've had this car, it's probably been sitting for 4 or 5 months, maybe. Yeah, that one definitely is worn down, but alright, now to hook up the compression testing gauge set. Alright, let's see what the first one looks like. First cylinder looks good, about 155. So far, so good. Okay, cylinder number 2. about the same number. Yep, they're all consistent, which is exactly what you want to see. So I'm thinking when I have this engine out, depending on what kind of time I have, I'm going to check the timing chain, take out the valve cover, check the timing chain, see if that's good. New spark plugs, fresh oil. Might throw a water, well, I definitely will throw a water pump on there too if I change the timing chain thermostat. I'm definitely going to recondition it, if not rebuild it. All right, last one. Oh, that's consistent all the way down the line. That's perfect. This is a 2.4 liter engine, so I'm not sure if the compression on these engines is higher than the 2.2 because it's the Sport. So if you Now I'm going to replace the fuel pump relay.